in the blinding, flashbulb-heavy world of Beverly Hills high jewelry, where a single stone can define a billionaire's legacy, lived a man named Lucian. To the Hollywood elite and the royal families of Europe, Lucian was just a polisher. He was the quiet man in the basement of the diamond district, covered in carbon dust, wearing a heavy jeweler's loop over his eye. They saw his calloused fingers and his silent demeanor, but they didn't see the master lapidary, the mathematical genius who had calculated the eternity cut, the first diamond cut in history to achieve 100% total internal reflection of light 8 years ago. Lucian made a sacrifice that shattered his own life. He gave his revolutionary mathematical formula to his business partner, Camilla. He did it so she could secure the funding to save their struggling diamond bourse. He thought they were going to redefine beauty together. He was wrong. Today, Camilla is the Queen of Diamonds, the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar luxury empire about to unveil the heart of the cosmos, a flawless $50 million diamond, locked inside a state-of-the-art laser security grid on live television. But as the final security laser is activated, a terrifying red warning light flashes across the room. A man steps out from the crowd of billionaires. He isn't here to steal the diamond. He's here to show the world that while Camilla stole his formula, he is the only one who controls the light. The story begins in a dusty, vibrating workshop in Los Angeles. Back in 2018, Lucian and Camilla were 30 years old, surviving on ambition and the thrill of the trade. Lucian was a genius of optical physics. He knew exactly how light traveled through a carbon lattice. Camilla was a master of high society manipulation. She knew how to make the rich feel like they were buying history. They had spent 4 years mapping the perfect 120-facet cut on a supercomputer. One desperate night, a royal syndicate offered $40 million for the patent to the eternity cut. Lucian refused to sell. He knew the cut required extremely rare Type 2A natural diamonds, which are perfectly pure. Applying the cut to a lesser stone would cause the light to scatter and die. But Camilla's eyes were blinded by the 40 million. She knew natural Type 2A diamonds were too expensive to mass produce. She wanted to use the cut on lab-grown synthetics to maximize profit. She waited until Lucian left the vault, copied the heavily encrypted cutting algorithms, changed the company ownership documents, and sold the patent exclusively under her own name. When Lucian returned, he was met by armed guards and a permanent injunction. Camilla told him over a brief, cold phone call, "Lucian, you're a brilliant cutter, but you're a purist. The world doesn't care if a diamond took 1,000,000 years in the earth or a week in a laboratory, as long as it sparkles. I'm giving this brilliance the scale it deserves." She left him in the dust of the workshop, taking his life's work to the red carpets of the world. As the years polished away, the grit of the past began to change. Slow down here. The heavy grinding sound of Lucian's old cast-iron polishing wheels faded into the silent, high-frequency hum of Camilla's automated laser-cutting factories. Lucian watched Camilla's face move from the back pages of trade magazines to the glowing, high-definition screens of the Oscars and the Met Gala. Camilla built an empire on the Eternity brand. She became a billionaire, selling massive, flawless stones to the global elite. Lucian spent those 8 years in total silence. He didn't hire a lawyer. He didn't go to the jewelry press. He just took a job as a low-level security technician for the very insurance companies that protected Camilla's diamonds. He sat in dark monitoring rooms, looking at the light refracting through her stones, waiting, because Lucian knew a terrifying secret about the laws of optical physics that Camilla's marketing team couldn't cover up. He wasn't waiting for a courtroom drama. He was waiting for the light to expose the lie. It is now 2026. The scene is a massive, heavily guarded mansion in Beverly Hills. Millions of people are watching the live charity auction stream. Camilla is standing on a marble pedestal, wearing a stunning black gown. Behind her, sitting on a black velvet cushion, is the heart of the cosmos, advertised as the largest natural, flawless diamond ever found. Bidding is about to start at $50 million. To prove the diamond is secure, Camilla activates the Prism Lock system. It is a brilliant piece of theatrical security. A single, powerful green laser fires from the ceiling directly into the top of the diamond. Because of Lucian's eternity cut, The diamond is supposed to perfectly trap the laser, bouncing it around inside and firing a single focused beam straight down into a sensor in the pedestal. If the beam hits the sensor, the alarms stay off. Camilla presses the button. The green laser fires into the stone, but the laser doesn't fire straight down. Instead, the green light splits violently into two separate beams. One beam misses the sensor entirely and burns a hole straight through the black velvet cushion. The other beam shoots sideways, hitting the mansion's emergency alarm trigger. Instantly, sirens scream. Steel blast doors slam shut, locking the billionaires inside the room. The live feed shows Camilla dropping her champagne glass in absolute terror. As the room flashes with red security lights, panic erupts in the gala. The insurance agents are drawing their weapons, confused. The security system is acting like the diamond has been stolen, but it is sitting right there. Turn off the grid. Reset the sensor. Camilla screams at her security team, her perfect image shattering as smoke rises from the burning velvet. Suddenly, a man walks out from the group of insurance agents. He isn't wearing a tuxedo. He's wearing a simple dark suit with an earpiece. It is Lucian. You can't reset the sensor, Camilla. Lucian's voice cuts through the blaring sirens, calm, deep, and echoing off the marble walls. The system is working perfectly. It's just rejecting a fraud. Camilla stares at him, her chest heaving violently. Lucian, you set this up. You sabotaged the laser. I didn't touch the laser, Camilla, Lucian says, walking slowly up to the glowing, split green beams of light. I just let physics do the talking. It's called birefringence. Lucian turns to the locked-in billionaires, the insurance executives, and the live global cameras. 8 years ago, you stole the algorithm for my cut, Lucian explains, his voice steady as a diamond drill. But you didn't steal my integrity. You told the world this $50 million stone was a natural diamond. But natural diamonds are singly refractive. Light travels through them in one solid path. Camilla is hyperventilating. She steps back from the pedestal. You wanted to pocket the $50 million, Lucian reveals, pointing at the stone. So you secretly sold the real rough diamond on the black market, and you used my cut on a massive block of synthetic moissanite. It looks perfect to the naked eye. It even passes a thermal diamond tester. Lucian reaches into his pocket and pulls out his old heavy jeweler's loupe. But moissanite is doubly refractive, Lucian says, turning back to Camilla, who looks like she is about to faint. When a focused laser hits its lattice structure, the physics of the stone literally splits the light into two separate rays. You thought you could fool the world, but you can't fool a laser. You didn't unveil a masterpiece tonight, Camilla. You unveiled a $50 million piece of synthetic glass, and you just triggered your own trap. The billionaires in the room go dead silent. The lead insurance investigator steps forward, looking at the two split beams of light, and immediately radios the FBI for massive wire fraud and grand larceny. Lucian, please, Camilla begs, crying, her mascara running as her empire collapses on live television. I'll give you the money. I'll give you the patent back. Just tell them the laser is defective. Lucian looks at the glowing synthetic stone. He doesn't smile. He respects the craft too much for that. The laser isn't defective, Camilla, Lucian says softly. The only thing defective in this room is you. The FBI agents breached the steel doors. Camilla is handcuffed in front of the world's elite. Her stock crashes to zero before she has even walked out of the mansion. Lucian doesn't wait to see her put in the police car. He hands his insurance badge to the lead agent, turns his back on the fake diamond, and walks out into the cool California night. In a world that is obsessed with size, status, and creating the perfect illusion, we often forget that true value is found in authenticity. Camilla thought she could steal the genius of a master, swap the truth for a cheap imitation, and blind the world with glamour. She thought the elite would only see the sparkle and never question the substance. But Lucian taught us a different lesson. You can steal the design, but you can never fake the fundamental laws of nature. You can buy the spotlight, but you can't manipulate the light itself. Camilla chose the illusion over integrity, and her empire was shattered by a single beam of truth. Remember, a lie might look flawless from a distance, but under the right light, the cracks always show. Never compromise your authenticity for the sake of profit, because eventually the lasers turn on, the room locks down, and only the genuine can pass the test. If this story reminded you that the truth always shines through, type "flawless" in the comments and share this to honor the brilliant minds who refuse to fake it.